Where are we at with the Klingon Blood Wine?
So, when we last left you, we had added another pound of brown sugar to this. Because if you remember, if you don't remember, that means go back and watch the video. It was at 0.992, which makes it very, very, very dry. So we added a pound of brown sugar to bring it up to 1022. So today we're going to take a reading and see if it did anything more. See if it fermented more. If it did, we'll take a taste and see what to do about it. So as always, got my graduated cylinder, hydrometer, and a baster.
We have found the technique of keeping the hydrometer in the graduated cylinder while adding the liquid limits the spillage.
Limits, but does not eliminate. I can still spill it. 1022. So this is done. That means it had actually reached the tolerance of the yeast already. So when we added more, there was nothing left to ferment. It just didn't have any more room to go. So, yeah, let's see. Our original OG was, this is one of those complex ones. Started at 1060. Then we had a reading of 1002. We added a pound of sugar to it, bringing it up to 1048. Then that fermented down to 992. And then we added another pound, bringing it up to 1022. And now it is still at 1022. Okay, so it's at 1022, which means this is done. It did not change. We added sugar along the way, step feeding this, because we were hoping, what yeast did we use? We used EC, okay, 1V116. Okay, we used that probably to bring out the fruity flavors, and it does have an 18% tolerance. But here's further proof that yeast can't actually read. This came out to 1022, but it started at 1060. Then it went to 1.002. Then we added a pound of sugar, bringing it to 1048, and then it went down to 0.992. We added another pound of sugar, bringing it up to 1022, which is where it's at now. That means it has the equivalent of starting at a 1.135 original gravity and ending at 1.022, or 17.5%. It's like 17.47%. I mean, it's something silly like that. It's 17.5% alcohol by volume, which is half a point shy of 18%. Let's not tell the yeasts.
You done good.
Some people will say that it's stuck. I disagree. They're within a 0.5% of their tolerance. They're done. And the fact that it didn't keep going means they're finished. It's just, it's okay. So I'm going to pour some of this off into a glass here, and we're going to take a taste. We do this taste not really to get a full flavor profile. Try saying that 3 times fast. But instead to get an idea of what this could become. Do we need to make an adjustment to it? Does it need something added to it? I'm just going to give it a little swirl around. The color's really nice. It's not quite clear, but it's pretty clear. It's like an 8 out of 10.
Now, the reason why we added brown sugar rather than white sugar is that typically, at least in our supplies, brown sugar is just white sugar that's had molasses added back to it, rather than a less processed white sugar, which is unfortunate, but hey, that's what it is. But we know from studying sugars that molasses and treacle sometimes give rum-like flavors to fermented beverages. Mm-hmm. So we were hoping that would be imparted onto
just a little more complexity,
because I think that would be a nice addition.
Okay, if I was giving foot ratings, this is like a 1.5 feet. I mean, it's footy. On the smell, I have not tasted it yet. It's young. This is still green. We started this in February. This is nothing to worry about. I knew this would be one of those, this might take some age.
Yeah, at first...
It's not that bad, though. When I say 1.5 feet, I'm exaggerating. It's really not that bad.
At first,
it's a few toes.
Reminded me of a capsicum, because it felt like...
Well, there's jalapeno in
it. There's Thai chili.
Thai chili. Yeah.
Which I was getting more of the almost vegetable, so I thought it was jalapeno. That's why I was checking the chart, but it's dried Thai chili, so that might be my mind trying to figure out what that footnote was, and I'm like, oh, I know there's chili in there, so maybe it's jalapeno. Well, it's not.
But... Notice what I just did. I poured it into there rather than into there. That way I don't make a mess. Been stirring up lease and stuff lately.
All right, I'm going to be brave and take a sip.
Ooh, here we go. That was a hell of a face. Bad?
The first time we tasted this, there was a lot of complexity going on. It still has complexity, but that Thai chili came to the forefront.
I would not call it super spicy, but the Thai chili is definitely in there.
It does the
Oh.
weird little...
This is pretty awesome.
It is pretty awesome. If you enjoy capsicum smells, I think you will love this.
The cinnamon and anise have really upped it too. They really work. The cloves, yeah, definitely. The raisins, are there raisins in here? I don't know.
I'm getting a very complex flavor profile.
Oh my god.
I'm saying
everything. This is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
This is okay. I expected to make some sort of grog that was going to kind of be like, oh, it's nice and strong, but no one really wants to drink it because it's Klingon Blood Wine.
No,
this is actually quite nice.
This is nice.
Even on the back, like breathing out, I'm getting the cinnamon and the clove back. It's really cool. Let's rack this though. Let's get started on this.
Okay.
So this is the first actual racking of this wine. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it off the lees that's in there and let it start clearing out. It's already quite clear, which is really cool. This was it was K1V yeast. So it's supposed to be a relatively good yeast for clearing out quickly and that sort of thing. But what I want you to notice as this goes, we need elevation. Or this isn't going to work. I'll just put it in my lap. I want you to notice the color of this. It's got that beautiful blood red color, which that's what we wanted. We had actually talked about adding other things to this, like more fruit after the fermentations, things like that.
Yeah, we have quite a few grapes in our freezer that was intended for this, but I don't think it's necessary.
I don't
at all.
think I want to change it.
No.
I like it the way it is. It's just sweet enough to overcome the spiciness from the cloves and the cinnamon and that pepper, and the fruit flavor comes through. Like it's a spiced fruit with heat.
But I think it reads more plum than grape, and that I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, the plum definitely comes through. So, that whole prune plum thing. Yeah. By the way, a lot of people were saying, oh, you should have used prune juice in there because then it'd be the drink of warriors. Yeah, well, guess what? He drank prune juice. He didn't actually drink fermented prune juice. I made fermented prune juice once. Notice, I didn't call it prune wine because it was disgusting. It was not something I would ever drink. I will say this, though. The smell will betray you on this one. It does not smell great. It has a strong, I think I'm getting a lot of ethyl smell from it, as well as I think the combination of all the spices and, like she said, the Thai pepper gives an odd smell. It wasn't exactly foot, but it smelled kind of footy. Taste, no foot. It's clean. It was a nice, clean, wonderful fermentation. I can only imagine that as this ages, it's going to be that much better. So the lees from this one, what I think I'm going to do is I'll make another wine or something from it, or mead. So what I'm going to do with this guy is I'm going to shake this up and try to get all the lees off the bottom, okay? I want it to go back into solution. Because what I'm actually going to do with it is not put a brew directly on this. I'm going to test a theory. I'm going to pour this into a mason jar and put it in the fridge. See if, can I store it for a couple of weeks and then try. So something interesting, as I'm smelling this, I get like that fruitiness, but then the next smell, I kind of get the alcohol and the almost footy, but that fruit is still coming through. I'm wondering if perhaps a lot of the gases came out from us mixing it up, and now that smell is dissipating, and it's just down to the real fruity smell. So I'm just going to put the lid right back on this guy with an airlock, and I'm going to make a prediction. I'm going to let this sit for at least 3 months because I think it needs that to meld all those flavors. I mean, the espresso in there is not super strong, but I definitely noticed it, and it added the tannic quality and things like that. I want all these things to meld together just a little bit better, but I'm kind of happy we're not making adjustments to it. It didn't need an adjustment. That's kind of cool.
So now it is on to conditioning stage. We're just going to set and let all its juices flow.
As always, guys, thanks for watching. Have a great day.
Bye-bye.